Welcome back. Back with another banger. It's the React Files, where we react
to the creepiest, craziest, scariest TikToks you shouldn't watch alone.
I hope you're having a good night. And if you haven't already, please take a second just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm know what's up. So what we gonna do, y'all? That's right. Run these numbers up. Let's get straight to it.
Barack Obama gave major feedback on the Leave the World Behind script. I watched this movie last night. I finished it at 12:30. And very weird movie. A dark movie, okay? Barack Obama, the former U.S. president, has expanded his post-presidential activities by offering input on Sam Ishmael's script for Leave the World Behind, a Netflix movie. Ishmael sought Barack Obama's perspective to enhance the script's realism. And by the way, very weird that the fact that they say this, because you'll hear some of the stuff that's said in this movie. Ishmael recounted Obama's response saying, "I am writing what I think is fiction for the most part. I'm trying to keep it as true to life as possible, but I'm exaggerating and dramatizing." And to hear an ex-president say you're off by a few details, I thought I was off by a lot. The fact that he said scared the F out of me. And as executive producers of Leave the World Behind, Barack and Michelle Obama provided valuable feedback on character development and empathy, emphasizing their passion for the book and their desire for a compelling cinematic adaptation. Vinny.
All right, so mind you guys, we're gonna go on a little journey because I watched it. What?
Before you do,
Yeah.
just I haven't seen the movie.
Okay,
Tom, have you seen it?
Okay.
I have not. Set the
Okay,
tone.
you
Pull up the plot.
Yeah,
Pull
what
up
is
the
it?
plot.
Pull up the plot and
then
I'll
get
show
into
you.
your
So,
feedback.
spoiler alert, because
Yeah.
we're gonna give away them. If you want to watch the movie, don't listen to any of this.
So once upon a time.
So basically, it's Julia Roberts, Marshall Ali, Ethan Hawke. So it's basically a film about a cyber attack by hackers on America. They also sent drones go by and they're dropping thousands. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of flyers with a snake photo that says "Death to America." Okay, on one side of the coast. On the other side of the coast, they had the same drones, but they were dropping stuff in Chinese and just from different countries, so you don't know where it's coming from, right? It was an all-out attack using something that they called the three-stage maneuver to topple the government from within, that ended with bombs dropping on cities, on the White House, and they had radiation. So the three-stage maneuver is isolation. They disable all communication.
So I just finished the movie Leave the World Behind, and I want to talk about the ending because I'm pretty sure we were all confused. Why did it end like that? But first, let me establish that I personally think that this movie is a psychological thing. Just like Bird Box and Don't Look Up and all those other movies. It's something spiritual but also psychological going on. And that's exactly why they keep on pushing this same narrative. And they have to tell us the truth through movies like this. That's why I was like, here go another one of those movies. So just like in every movie with strange spiritual significance, animals are usually used to symbolize something that's coming. And if you remember this scene, or the scene with Rose, there was tons of deer. Almost as if the deer was trying to let the people know something. If anything strange happens around the world, best believe the animals will know first. Because they're more connected to the earth than we are. And I personally correlate the animals to something spiritual, a spiritual occurrence. And then I personally believe the psychological part I was speaking about correlates to this part where they were in the shed. And she said, "Why are you like this?"
Every day, all day, my whole job is to understand people well enough so that I know how to lie to them so I can sell them things they don't really want. And when you study people like that, when you really see the way they treat each other, well, you're no dummy. You see what they do, and they do it without even thinking about it. Fuck.
So if you paid attention to that part, you would understand the psychological aspect of this, about people overall and leaving the world behind. And to add more to this psychological perspective, remember how Rosie was so fixated on watching TV, even though the whole world was ending? I'm never going to find out what happens to Ross and Rachel, am I? She was talking about the movie that she wanted to watch so bad. She then found her way in a house with a bunker with just about everything she needed to save her and her family. while the world around her was ending, but paid no mind to it. Instead, she was fixated on watching TV, and the episode she went to was the last one. And this is exactly why I say I feel like this movie was about something psychological and spiritual. Maybe they're talking about the last generation. Let's just say this world did end. Are they foreshadowing that this generation would only be fixated on TV and iPhones and friends? Oh, and did y'all also peep how the dude spoke about the cabal in this movie and the shadowy government? They're definitely pushing a narrative with these movies because it's becoming too common now. Ever since 2020, they've been putting out movies that's foreshadowing the future in a weird, strange way. And hopefully we're all paying attention because we should all know that movies is how they tell us the truth.
Yeah, that was an inside look of the DVD. As you see, that last episode was called The Last One. So, let me know what y'all think about this movie, y'all. I was looking forward to hearing his perspective, because last we seen from him, he hadn't seen the movie. Now that he did, right? Let me know.
No, of course I'm not done yet, okay? I want to say this before I go into what I'm about to talk about. Remember, why is Barack Obama producing an apocalyptic movie? And then when you pause the movie at 34 minutes and 3 seconds or 34 minutes and 2 seconds, you only got like a second and a half to take this screenshot. It gives you a map of the earth. It gives you a map of the earth, and it shows you that it's cyber attacked, right? Cyber attack across the country. But then there's something I want to show you in particular about this map. You see that? You go a little closer, right? You go a little closer to the map. Look what you see. What's that? That's a QR code. Okay. All right. Let's go a little closer. There's the QR code right there. Okay. You see, that's the QR code. It's just in black and white. It's the same QR code that was on the picture. Let's see where this sends you. It sends you to this creepy website about Mercer County abandoned amusement park. And if you read about it, it tells you about a tragedy that happened at the park and why people don't go there anymore. A tragedy stuck in the Clays in 1783. A Native American tribe slew, took out 2 of the children while Mitchell was out hunting. They kidnapped one of the boys, Ezekiel. There's that name, Ezekiel. Okay, really strange, Ezekiel. Only to burn him at the stake. And there's more, but I'm not going to read that crap. I just want to point this to you. Why do they have a QR code on the map in the movie that leads you to this creepy website about it being abandoned and some kids getting, slaughtered and taken out? Like, come on, Barack Obama? Like, what? Y'all know how I feel. I believe, it's not even just what I feel. I've received visions and dreams of Barack Obama being the Antichrist. And I could be wrong. I'm not telling you to follow what I have received in visions and dreams. But there's so much that I've spoken of concerning Barack Obama over the years. There is no way. And I'm going to just name a couple of them. Barack Obama's name is not even Barack Obama. It's Barry Soetoro. That means he lied to you about his name. Remember when he pulled out his birth certificate and showed it to everybody? His father is not Barack Obama Sr. either. His father is Lolo Soetoro. And his grandfather is Hitler. Yes, Adolf Hitler. The mother of Barack Obama is Anne Stanley Dunham Soetoro. Stanley Dunham is the middle name of Anne because Eva Braun, who was the wife of Hitler, changed her name to Madeline Dunham because she got married to a man named Stanley Dunham after she left Adolf Hitler. And Anne took on the middle name of the man that Madeline married. Oh yeah, the president of Germany is the daughter of Hitler as well. We all know that Barack Obama is a fruit basket and that he's all for the fruit of the loom in alphabet soup. He's the one that brought in the alphabet soup marriage a couple of years ago, right? More than a couple of years, but in recent years. He doesn't have a wife. Okay, he has a big dog. And his big dog, his name is Mike. Alright? Barack Obama doesn't tell you any of the truth. He's a liar. Just like Satan is the father of lies. He tells you a lie every time he opens his mouth. Barack Obama's the one that funded ISIS and is still doing it today. Barack Obama's the one in charge. You think that Joe Biden is the president? Yeah, okay, think twice. And I can literally keep going. But you need to know this stuff because you're being lied to and you're being played. And you've been played for years now. And here this demonic, evil, satanic man, entity, whatever he is, here he is making an apocalyptic movie and producing the movie and showing you the movie. Not only that, but I'm gonna just point this out. Leave the World Behind. The family wasn't even in the house in the first place. When they went to go look for the family that was inside of the bunkered up house that had all the material and all the resources, they weren't even in the house because they got raptured. When the little girl and the boy that had the shirt that said "Obey NASA," they were inside of that shed and there was an indentation of a body in the leaves. That's because the people got raptured. They weren't there. That's one thing that the movie does not highlight is the rapture. Why? Because when the rapture takes place, not everybody's going to know that it happened. Leave the world behind is a statement that has to do with the people that got raptured and they are leaving the world behind. But of course, they're not going to tell you that. Look, man, I've made my case and I've spoke about Barack Obama plenty of times. And also Barack Obama, if you're wondering where his name came from, I've said this many times over the years. His name comes from the scripture Luke 10:18. I beheld Satan fall out of heaven as lightning. Barack means lightning. Bama means high heavens. You can't make any of this stuff up. It's not like Barack Obama is somebody I fantasize about. He's not somebody I think about on a daily. I think about Jesus Christ, my almighty God, daily. Barack Obama is just a little something that's in the way. I believe that he is the Antichrist, but he still ain't nothing to me. But what I'm trying to do is just plant a seed in you to make you realize that something is going on. And maybe you might want to stop saying, oh, this guy is reaching. Oh, he's just talking crazy. How about you start actually thinking for the first time? If you're not a person that has been thinking and you're just so caught up in the world and you love all your little your friends and you love all your laughs and your good times and you love your Xbox and your PlayStation and your food and you love your blessed life and going out and doing what you want to do, how about you just put that to the back burner for a minute and actually consider that something is happening? Because by the time that you try to figure it out, it's going to be too late.
There's a lot of takeaways from that. Pausing the movie around 34 minutes and the map comes up with a QR code to scan of some creepy story. That's crazy. The genealogy saying that he's the grandson of that evil man. I don't know about that. That might be a reach. I'm not sure. I have. And his real name? Yeah. Things like that. Hey. Right? But the QR code was the part that got me most. Like, there's so many hidden Easter eggs in this movie. I can't believe it. Like, who would have thought you pause the movie and a QR code pops up? That's crazy. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you tried it.
I was cooking dinner and I have Leave the World Behind on in the living room because, you know, ADHD and I need some noise. And I just so happened to look out here when this map flashed on the screen and I thought, oh, you know what? Let me check to see how Columbus, Ohio does when this happens. And we're right here, friends, right there. And that is low on the map. But what's this? And why won't my phone pick it up?
Yeah, let's translate this. Hello. Thank God that I found somebody. I'm trying to go back home. I've lost my way. I've been walking around for a while.
I don't speak Spanish. I don't know where I am. I'm trying to get to town.
I need to use your phone. Mine's dead.
I don't have any service either.
You're the first person I've seen all day. We need to get out of here. I just saw this plane, and it was spraying this red gas all over the place. And then I saw some deer, like 50 of them, coming out of the woods. Please, I need to get back home. It looked like the military was leaving. There's no one around here. It must be a chemical attack. Please, don't leave me here, sir. Please, I'm scared. Please, don't leave me alone.
Yeah, that was intense. That was that one part of the movie where it was like, yo, what is she saying? She is so hysterical right now. I'm so happy we found that translation. It's crazy, man. She said the military's gone. The planes spraying red gas. Maybe she mistaked that for the pamphlets they were spraying out. It looked like red gas. Man. And what's crazy was he ain't even get nowhere.
Okay, so what is up with the deers in Leave the World Behind? In my last video, a lot of people asked this, and I think I got an explanation. Okay, so Rose, that's the little girl, she sees a herd of deers while her dad, Clay, is gone to town to see if he can get news because, like, their devices and stuff, like, is not working. The Wi-Fi's down, they can't connect. Also, GH is driving his car to check in on one of his neighbors. But on Clay's way to town, now you might have to go back and watch it, he hears on the radio that there's a cyber attack that has caused catastrophic environmental disaster in the South, which is affecting animal migration patterns. So the deer are just migrating because where they were, it's being affected. Same thing with the flamingos. Where they were used to, like, they gotta migrate somewhere else. So it's not just the humans that are being affected, it's the animals as well. Like, they're migrating to safety because where they were just isn't safe anymore. The deers are kind of looking like, I don't know who y'all are, but listen, I gotta be here right now because where else I'm gonna be? We gotta share this space. Everyone relocating to survive.
Yeah, that was pretty much knocking it on the head. I can definitely see that they were migrating. That's why they were popping up in the pools and in the forests and the backyards of the people's houses. Yo, man, this movie was so bugged out. Are we finally waking up to what they putting down? Are we picking it up? All these Easter eggs, I don't know. How do you feel? Do you feel they're trying to tell us something? Let me know in the comments down below.
Where did they come from? Information and no clear enemy. So people are saying that this movie had a lot of satanic symbolism in it. Now, if you haven't seen this movie already, it's called Leave the World Behind, and it's about America's enemies joining together to take down the country. They do it in a 3-step process: isolation, disable all communication, transportation, leaving people deaf, dumb, and paralyzed; synchronized chaos, which is terrorize them with covert attacks, disinformation, and no clear enemy; third, civil war and collapse. Now, from the start of this movie, you see a blatant 666 right in front of your face, and in the promotional poster, people are saying it says, "I am Baal." Who is Baal? A demon that Christians believe in. He's basically Satan's head demon. Not to mention, this movie was produced by Barack and Michelle Obama. Are people just reaching, or is something big coming?
I wonder who deciphered "I am Baal" in the title. They're pretty clever if they were able to do that. And whoever found that QR code, I mean, how did we all find this out? Did they leak it out?
So I may have found something that's creepy that I haven't seen a lot of people talking about. Me and the wife were playing the find the Easter eggs and leave the world behind. We're looking up the books. We're scanning the QR codes, finding out about the abandoned amusement park that's an ancient native burial ground. All the fun little tidbits. And I mean, we are searching everything. We're finding books and hidden meanings. Look up the band of this shirt and what it means. Now, I was trying to see if I could find if his wife's airplane is the one that crashed. I wasn't expecting to find his wife. Just kidding, I don't know, but that creeped the shit out of me when I zoomed in. Did anyone else notice this chick on the beach that watches him run off? If you zoom in, her head follows him. Movie error, or what's that about?
Yeah, they finding them out, y'all. They're picking these Easter eggs out like it's Easter. Hey, have you found any Easter eggs? Feel free to share. Let me know in the comments down below.
Baby, did y'all see this? Did y'all see this? I just find this so strange. Hello? So y'all know that movie just came out. What is it? Leave the World Behind? And Obama produced it or whatever on Netflix. Y'all know that movie literally just came out earlier this week. And there's a scene in that movie where it's like Teslas and they were like crashing into each other like on autopilot. Oh my god, this is getting scary.
It's Greg here, aka NY Prepper. It is Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now it is 2:51 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and we currently have U.S. nuclear forces on high alert again. Okay, we currently have 2 U.S. B-52 nuclear bombers airborne over the United States. We also have a nuke sniffer plane airborne and a combat sentinel plane airborne. So what you're looking at here are the flight paths of all of these planes. This was taken just about an hour ago, so right around 2 p.m. Eastern Time. You can see one B-52 heading west from Minot Air Force Base towards Montana. Another one was going southeast from Minot Air Force Base over Missouri, and interestingly, the one over Missouri turned its transponder off. So we have one B-52 with its transponder off, another one airborne over Montana, a combat sentinel plane. This is a reconnaissance plane that provides intelligence directly to the president and the Joint Chiefs. We have one of those airborne over the Midwest. We also have a nuke sniffer plane airborne as well. And we also have 2 nuclear war command and control planes airborne right now. Guys, our nuclear forces are on high alert for some reason. Yesterday, we had 6 nuclear war command and control planes in the air at the same time. What you're looking at here is a screenshot from yesterday. I reported this yesterday. I believe I was probably the first person to report on this on social media. And this is very serious, guys. I haven't seen this many nuclear war command and control planes in the air at the same time, probably ever. So this is unprecedented, basically, guys, okay? Our nuclear forces are on high alert. Whether they're doing exercises or what, it doesn't matter, okay? That's a sign that we're on high alert. And, you know, a lot of people say, oh, these are just scheduled exercises. How do you know, okay? Unless you work with these planes and you're part of the U.S. nuclear forces, how do you know that these are scheduled exercises? Nobody knows, okay? Unless you're a pilot of these planes, then you're going to know. Unless you work for Air Force Global Strike Command, you're in the military, okay? Otherwise, people are not going to know if this is an exercise or what. Nobody knows. I don't know. But I can tell you this. I've never seen exercises done with this many nuclear warplanes at one time, okay? They don't need to do an exercise with all of our nuclear warplanes at the same time. They don't have to do it like that, okay? And I've been monitoring flights for the last 3 to 4 years, and I've never seen this many in the air, exercise or not. So it's a red flag. And we have U.S. Central Command posting an update on the cargo ship that was struck by a missile last night. In case you missed my live emergency broadcast last night, I'm just going to summarize what happened. Last night, one ship owned by a Norwegian company, it was an oil tanker, was hit with an anti-ship missile near the Bab al-Mandeb Strait, which is between Yemen and Africa. And apparently another ship was ordered to change course by the Yemen military, basically an attempted hijacking. Okay, so this is going to have a huge economic effect on Israel. And Israel already warned the U.S. that if the U.S. doesn't do something to unblock the Red Sea and stop these attacks from happening, then Israel's going to do it themselves. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens here. But we do have some major breaking news that the Israeli Navy has deployed a SAR-6 corvette to the Red Sea to deal with the Yemeni threats. Okay, I have a picture of it here. Okay, this is the SAR-6 corvette. It has surface-to-air missiles. It has anti-ship missiles. It has a chain gun. It has radars. It has everything. So Israel's not messing around, okay? We're going to have to wait and see what happens here. But looks like Israel's going to take matters into their own hands. And I want to just update you guys on the cybersecurity situation. So yesterday, a number of internet providers and cable companies, cell phone companies, all got hit by some kind of cyber attack. Also, social media platforms, Rumble, Facebook, Comcast, Frontier, Spectrum, they all got hit with some kind of cyber attack yesterday. And we also had major breaking news come out yesterday from various sources inside of the U.S. government that China has been trying to gain access to our critical infrastructure. And they're doing it through cyberspace. They're creating backdoors into our critical infrastructure. In the event of some kind of a war with the U.S., they would basically be able to shut down our critical infrastructure and destroy it. Okay, we're talking about power plants, dams, pipelines, and the Director of National Intelligence here in the U.S. confirmed that China's already done that, okay? He confirmed it yesterday that they've already built backdoors into all of our critical infrastructure. That is very, very concerning, guys.
This marks the potential start of a third world war, and we will soon be hit with a silent, untraceable attack on America that unfortunately very few will see coming. This attack will be unlike any we have seen or experienced before, one that directly targets American power grids and critical infrastructure. That will lead to a year-long famine that will bring America to its knees and starve us into submission. I know some patriots have been preparing for this eventuality, but stockpiling and growing your own food is simply not enough, because this marks just the first phase of the well-orchestrated attack on America. And with Sleepy Joe and his team of incompetents at the helm, people will soon realize no one is coming to save them. Then it will be every man for himself, and the looting will begin. Supermarkets will be ransacked. Local gangs and marauders will target anyone who looks like easy pickings, and by the end of the first week, millions of unprepared, desperate, hungry Americans will be eating from garbage cans if they are lucky. And that's exactly what our enemies want, to destroy our great nation from the inside. But the reality is you do not have to be a victim. There is something you can do to prepare. I'd like to introduce you to a good friend, Teddy Daniels. He is a United States war hero, a White House insider, and a Purple Heart recipient. And he has just released an emergency broadcast that reveals the one thing you must do in the first hour of the attack. That will guarantee you will have food safely secured for you and your family for the entire year. It's a simple, empty closet hack that anyone can do as long as you have 3 feet of copper wire. Seeing this right now makes you one of the lucky ones. Because when the attack happens, most Americans will have no idea what hit them, but
Okay, and this is something that I've known about for years, but suddenly now they're officially telling us now, all right? And I think the reason why is they're expecting a war in Taiwan soon, so they don't want it to be like a big shock when we get hacked and when China uses their hacking army to destroy our grid. But basically they could shut down our power grid, they could overload circuits, they could cause damage at power plants, dams, pipelines, they can control industrial control systems basically. Which enables the hackers to control all the most sensitive controls in some of these things like power plants, dams. I mean, just imagine what they could do, okay? So this is very, very serious, but we have the CISA, the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency, putting out a bulletin about 10 days ago warning about Iranian cyber actors exploiting PLCs in multiple sectors, including U.S. water and wastewater systems. PLCs are programmable logic controllers. All right. So they're obviously concerned about it. Okay. They're concerned about our infrastructure getting compromised. And apparently Iran and Russia are working on a major agreement, and a lot of work has already been done. This was being reported by the Russian Foreign Ministry. And we do know that the president of Iran went to Moscow last week, and Putin visited Saudi Arabia and the UAE. So something's going on behind the scenes, guys.
That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed tonight's rabbit hole. And if you haven't already, please take a second just to smash that like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, just to make sure the algorithm know what's up. That's what we're gonna do, y'all. That's what's up. Run these numbers up. Thanks again. Until next time.